I love the gloves.
I'll take them off.
No
Welcome, pirates, to OlaCast, a live skill builder sessions for Gatsby devs and UX hackers on a treasure hunt for the fun-loving pirate's life. Yeah. So, yes. Oh, sorry. And today I'm joined by the great and powerful Jed Wood.
Am I your first mate, technically? Or
Yes,
is that
you're the first mate.
Reserved for the queen? Am I just a deckhand, maybe?
You are the first mate. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Not. We should get you a hat. No, just kidding.
Yes. I want a homemade hat. I want your daughter to make me a sweet hat.
Yeah, maybe she can. I made this. I know it looks like she did, but I made it. I made it. Yeah.
So good. Oh man.
So would you like to start with your email? Maybe can you just jump into it, or do you have to say something that you said last time? You know what I'm saying?
I can do a very short recap.
Yeah.
So, like a lot of people, I have been on the grandfathered in free Google Apps for your domain setup that they launched in, like, I don't know, forever ago, 2008 or something like that. And at long last, they have said, okay, we're done grandfathering these free plans in. It's time for you to upgrade to a proper Google Workspace. And I've got me and my wife and my two daughters on that account, which if it was that simple, like, oh, we need to move 4 accounts into this paid plan, it's not awesome, but like, whatever, I use it every day. And so maybe that's just the cost of, Google owning the internet. But the main hang up here is that I have been using kind of ad hoc on the fly aliases as catch-all. I have like just a catch-all set up so that every time I sign up for a different service, I can just use, for example, Netflix at and, my bank at and whatever. And that way it's a lot easier for me to kind of keep things separated and see who might be selling my info, and, makes it easier to kind of block and unsubscribe, things like that. And just whatever. So that's where I'm kind of stuck, is that I do trust Apple a little more than Google as far as privacy, security. And I'm also I've been fine, happily being, locked into the Apple ecosystem since my dad brought home the Apple II.
Yes.
When I was a kid.
We had that too.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Really? So yeah. Sweet. I remember playing Swashbuckler, this rad little sword fighting game on there. And then the first Mac and, whatever. Like, so it's fine. I'm happy. Like, I already pay for the monthly on Apple that gives me the cloud storage and Apple Music for my family and Apple TV and blah, blah, blah. So in theory, I could switch over to Mail and not pay any extra than what I'm already paying Apple. But that hitch is the catch-all. So I've discovered that each account can have 3 named aliases. So my account and my wife's account and each of my kids could have a named alias, but that just doesn't come anywhere close to the current setup I have. I mean, I probably have, I don't know, 40 or something different, kind of catch-all aliases, and they don't yet support just the generic catch-all situation. So I've been trying to brainstorm how to deal with it. And one thing I might do is, tell me what you think about this. I might go ahead and for now just pay for me to be on the Google Workspace thing, because mine's the one with the catch-all. I'm the one that uses more of the things than anyone does and have a long backlog of Google Docs and Sheets and all that stuff. And then set up rules to forward my daughter's and my wife's email over to Apple. So I'll start by kind of trying to migrate them over to an Apple account and see how that goes, not pay for those extra 3 Google accounts. They don't use the aliases and things like that, so that, no problems there. And yeah, that can be like a good little test run, see how that goes, see if it transitions correctly, and with, find out what any hitches might be, so I don't mess up all my email history. And then we'll see. Maybe one of those things that's like it's okay to go ahead and pay the one person fee for Google for, even if it takes a year. Maybe by then Apple will be like, okay, and now we support a catch-all or unlimited aliases or something, and then I could switch over. So
it's like a minimal viable kind of thing.
Exactly. I'm being lean and agile.
But what are you kind of testing, if you know what I'm saying? What do you want to learn from the thing you're doing?
Well, I've read a few different options for migrating over, and one of them I think I'm going to try is a guy that has set up he's using a command line tool to transfer all the mail over, and he's like, be ready, this is going to take a few days if you have a lot of messages. And I'm like, I have every message I've sent or received since 2008, so yeah, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm sure there's lots of things that could go wrong. It just makes me really nervous to flip that MX record switch in DNS and be like, okay, I'm off Google Mail now, and just be like, but wait, 14 years of stuff so I think having it be with my daughters and my wife have less volume and less critical. If my youngest daughter were to lose all of her emails right now, there would be like zero emotional damage. Like, it's just she doesn't really use it for much at the moment. So just kind of testing the tech workflow, seeing if they're and then kind of just to discover the unknowns, right? Like, oh shoot, I didn't realize that, whatever, like something I'm not expecting in how the mail is set up, or some other thing. So here's a question though. Do you I think I'm kind of rare in this, I've found, and I'm surprised. I know it wouldn't be common, but amongst other nerds, I'm a little surprised. I seem to be rare in the way that I keep an archive of everything, like my texts. I've never like not carried over my texts since I got my first iPhone in like 2009 or 2010. And so it's kind of, it takes up several gigs, and it can be a little bit of a pain when you start running out of room. But I don't know, it's surprising how often I find myself like searching back to a text thread from a year and a half ago to remind myself like what link I shared with someone, or what my last conversation with them was, or whatever. And it seems like a lot of people just don't bother. They treat texts more like a Twitter feed or something that's like, it's very ephemeral, it's okay if I delete it a week from now. But what do you do? What's your take?
I did some months back. I sent you an email, and the thing, I don't delete it, but I have several accounts and stuff like that. So I was like, where did I send from last? And I checked them out, and I could see that I had like several messages from you on the email that I hadn't seen. because I'm not good. I don't. So that's me. So I have a different strategy. I just let it all stay there. And there's so much of this incoming stuff that I don't actually look at. But it's there, so I can look through it and like pick up like years later to see what's going on.
You're gonna go back 3 years from now to see what time sensitive things I sent you.
But that's email. But with when you say text message, you mean like actual SMS.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's more like when people send me SMSs, I think, okay, this is it. They actually want something to happen now, and so I kind of treat it differently. But So that's like two different things. But then you have the third, like you said, like the feeds.
Oh, geez.
I don't read them at all.
No.
They're just gone. And it's very sad if people do that. I mean, I'm crazy. I don't read my mail and stuff like that. I know most people do, but then they should take care of it because it's people actually, you know, talking directly to them. It's like we're talking now in a way, but yeah, but that's whereas the feeds, they're just like people are shouting, "Hello, internet! Look what I'm saying here!" and yeah. So yeah, they should. They should.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it, but it is frustrating, like to try and find if you know you sent somebody or received from somebody some important little bit of information that you want, like even something simple like a restaurant suggestion or you know something like that. I really would love to have like the ultimate search across everything app, right? And this is like one idea I've been kicking around for a while, and there are some decent ones out there, at least starts of ideas that I've seen that do it. But I, you know, and that's coming from someone who doesn't. I don't do, you know, I don't do Facebook, I don't do Instagram, I'm not, you know, I don't do TikTok or Snapchat. It's basically just Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I'm on LinkedIn because, you know, I'm a human being, I guess, and everyone has LinkedIn even if they don't use it. So between just between email, text, LinkedIn, and maybe an occasional Twitter DM, like just even those things, it's like it's I hate trying to find like, oh wait, that, you know, where did I send that person that message or idea, or who sent me that thing, trying to find it.
And so that's kind of what, not exactly for that use case, but yeah, like different data sources. That's what we do with Gatsby. So what Gatsby is kind of what they makes them different from the other frameworks is that they have like the data layer. So they pull everything in to a data layer, which I can show you right now. And you could do that. I think you could do it with your share the whole screen. Now, that's not the right screen. That's the wrong screen. Okay, sorry. I'm sharing you also. Well, maybe I'll move you over here. Okay, this is going to be weird. I'm going to have to look over here to see you like this, but I'm looking at you. It's weird, but okay. So here, we've looked at this before, haven't we? This here white thing? No?
I don't think so.
Okay. So there's not much here. Oh. It's not even live. So there's not that much here now because the code we're going to look at today is very small. But so basically, I can just push this little triangle here and then get up all my nodes here that they create all the data into nodes. So this here could be your SMS. Do you see it? Is it small? This here could be your email this, and then your email that, and you could just pull it all in and then have a site that you log into and then make it searchable there. Like a regular website. And then you can just go in there, search through it, you know, a name or topics or whatever. And
like last year, I actually took my whole SMS archive.
Yeah.
And Apple stores it just as an SQLite file.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't have the media. Obviously all the images and videos are separate. But if you're talking just the metadata and the texts and everything.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. I set up a little, you know, downloaded one of the little free Mac apps for SQLite querying and stuff, and started running funny queries. Like, okay, who have I had the most exchanges with, and then like how many, you know, what was fun to look at is like, okay, like how many texts have I sent to a person versus what they've sent me, and how big were those texts and how far back in time, and like found my my very first text I sent, and just totally useless, but sort of fun from just a trivia point of view, like just to kind of see some stats. But yeah, so if I could combine that, okay, so this saves it. How does it save all the data? What's the storage?
They have like some kind of database where they just put everything.
Postgres or just flat
I don't
files,
know.
or what?
I don't know. I don't know. It's because they just recently changed from because what they do is they have it here and inside here, and I can query it here, which I'm going to do soon and show you, and then you publish it as a website, and then everything is there. It's a static website, so all your stuff is there. Basically. And that's weird with the database in the backend, so that doesn't work. No, that can't work. Okay, no, I'm wrong. So that's totally not right what I just said. So this here, so this is an example here. So you make a plug into your site then, and then you go back. So let's say that this here app, which is also a little small, which Benedict set up 2 weeks back, is scraping a site for her own content. So she's scraping her own videos from a site, which a webinar site. And then you basically get the information from the site. But where is it stored? I have a feeling that, I think it's because these are videos. So I'm thinking that they're you're getting the video straight from that site which you scrape, but a lot of the information is here in the data layer, like the metadata and stuff like that. You know what? I don't know enough about this, but this is what we're going to be doing this next podcasts. So I'll have to understand it so I can explain to you. But so basically, it all gets into the data layer. But where is it when it's in the data layer? I don't know. But it's all here, so you can search it from your site and also set up queries, so you can basically present the information. So what you could do is you could say, okay, I want it organized by name, so that you can go into your own site and just go to a name and then get emails, SMS, and DMs, and maybe LinkedIn from that person in one place. If that's what you want. Cool. And also you talked about, who have I been to dinner with the last half year? You could also source that from somewhere, because you could just write that in somewhere. I went to dinner Wednesday, this and that day with that family, beep, and then that also can come in, and you can kind of keep track of that. Well, I don't know. Should we just? You will come up with more updates on your email thing next week, don't you think?
Yeah, I have to be 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
I'm taking another little trip again.
Where?
Yeah. It's out to the Oregon coast to see a good friend of mine who I met in Chicago when we were in grad school, and I haven't seen him it's been like 4 years. Which is way too long for how good a friend he is. So going out to see him and his wife and his little daughter. So
that's cool. You going by yourself, or?
Yeah.
That is groovy.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of the week.
Kind of. I'm gonna go out Saturday. But then I get back like really late Tuesday night.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I'll try to make a podcast on my own then. That Wednesday.
A solo.
That's good. That's good.
What do they call it when you go when you're a solo sailor?
Solo sailor. Really? Yeah.
Is there some word for like, yeah, if you yeah, because that's a thing people do, right? They like circumnavigate the globe as a solo mission.
I met a lot of those people who are just out there. They just stay at sea, or
Jeez.
in the ship. They just stay in the ship for life. Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, they're pretty laid back.
You'd have to be, right? You'd have to be. I can imagine. Do you know more about this scraping bee? I'm looking at the website. That's pretty cool.
We had him as a guest.
Oh, really? Cool.
The guy. There's three of them, so it's wrong to say it like that. Like it's kind of the guy who built it. They have another developer also now, but yeah. So that was cool. Yeah, we can get into that, but maybe I should tell you a little bit about that before we start.
Sure.
No. No, we shouldn't. I should get started, and then I can so that I'm sure this is very small. So that I'm sure, because I want to tell you about it. But now my head is here now.
Let's do it.
So this is practice, because I'm going to lead the Queen through this here. Same thing tomorrow on the show. And I'll just get into it. So I'm not going to explain so much what it is, except what is it? So we're going to do something about the image handling here, which we call Image CDN. And it's basically to make your builds and your deploys faster. But it's a little bit more to it. But that's the most important thing for me. So that's the why. And then the how is, we're just doing the first of 3 parts today. And I'll just get started here. So we have these 3. This is still a little small. We have these 3 letters, GIM, which we're going to go through. And the G is GraphQL. What do you call these?
What, like underscores?
Underscore type Tubby. So it's a GraphQL object type.
Gotcha.
I'm going to get Queen Raae to guess this on the show. Yeah. And then we start out by giving this heroine, which I said now, but I think maybe he's going to be a hero tomorrow. We're going to give him a name, and it's this guy here. I don't know if I showed you him. Oh, he is kind of a male, but he's also kind of cute, so he could be. See, he's like an octopus, a robo octopus that Benedicta made with Lillian, and that's Tubby. Yeah. So we're going to make him in code. And first, it's his name, and since it's crowdcasts that we're scraping, I'm gonna call him crowdcast Tubby thumbnail. So we're going to work on the thumbnails. Now, here, we're going to make them Image CDN. And here is the code. It's a little bit hard to see because it's black, but this code is messed up. So I'm gonna get her to put it in the right order. But I'll be cheating now, so I'll just do it because I know the right order. But she has done this before, so maybe she'll remember, or maybe she'll be good at guessing. It's going to be fun. But we're going to have to start with this here. And then it's this here. Schema, build object type. And we're going to get it to show up inside this graphical that I showed you earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're doing now. That's we're creating a type that is going to fit in there, and this must go away. And here, interfaces. So this is kind of the magic. Remote file, and notice some Gatsby magic here, and
Okay.
and we also need to go like this. Save. Yes.
Nice.
This is the start then. This is the start. And so that was the first. Guess the right order of this code. And now it's inside what actions dot create dot dot. Oh, yeah, I have to do something with that because this is the task. Inside what exports. And then I'm going to make her to choose that or this.
Mm.
Do you want to guess? Up or down?
Let's see. Inside which one will Tavi live? On create node.
No.
Oh,
Well, this is going to be fun. I don't know if she will be able to guess either. It's going to be fun for me at least. Okay, and now it's inside what actions create, and I don't really know what to say except Tommy. So up or down?
create types.
Yes, that's right.
Nailed it.
That's right. Okay, and I don't know if she will guess that it should be between here, but I hope so. We'll see. And also, it's a little bit hard for you who's not actually using Gatsby. Oh no, this seems to be wrong in some kind of way. Yes.
Yeah, you got to bump that down too.
Yeah, you caught it. Okay. This should actually work now. Oh, they want me to update Gatsby. I'm not doing that. So now we're going to, now we should see this in the build process actually. Or not. Depends on if it's working. Here it is.
It's great. Yeah, source crowdcast begin.
And that here, I can talk about that now. So that, whoa. I was a little bit fast. So here, all this stuff here is what's happening up here, which I was going to tell you about. So we're basically using scraping B here, and then we're setting up these rules, extract rules, for what we're going to scrape from the site. So they wrote this, and the docs are really good, but they wrote this on the show, on the last show, and so this is basically, you have like these cards for each video, and then it's called event tile, and then you get the title, and this is you just push it out of, just pull it out of the HTML, the title, and then here is the link here, and I'm not quite sure what this is. I don't remember this, and that's it. And if it doesn't work, we get an error message here, and then we're sourcing it into this layer that I was talking about here. So yeah, okay, so it looks like it's working. So this is what I just made here, and this is her scraping thing. So I'm not sure if I can actually get to see it, because I'm not sure what I will be. There's nothing inside here yet, so nodes, file size. No, there's no file size. Do you think maybe having some kind of ID? We haven't created any ID yet. Like, let's just see if I did something wrong. Scraping bee is great. It looks like it should work. Okay, let's see if something happens. Did I put something? Maybe we won't see anything. This is why I'm testing. Oh, I'm making that smaller. I want this to be smaller so I can see, or maybe I can just go like, I need to close this. Errors, cannot, extensions, no. Okay, but at least I think maybe what we're looking for is just that it's here. And then we'll we won't. I don't think we'll actually get to make something inside here today. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, and this. So we're almost done. Actually, I'll just finish the thing. I'm going to get her to guess between up or down here, but I'll just take it now. So you can see here, add polyparity parrot interface is not right.
Polyparity parrot interface. Wow, that's an awesome name.
Yeah, I just made it up. so that's not right. And this is the right one. And but I don't want all of it. Maybe I shouldn't have it like that. I don't know. Very good test for me. It's a very good test for me here. Nothing? No. Okay, we try again. Okay, so what we do now, what I'm doing here is I'm wrapping it up in didn't it work? Am I doing something wrong now? Oh, it's because of this movie. Yeah. This here, it makes it backward compatible, basically. So if you have an old Gatsby version where this is not built in, you can still get it to work. So that's it for today.
Nailed it.
No, not super exciting, maybe, but I'm trying to find you back. I need to put you up here so I can look at you, like that. Sorry, I'm going to remove the share, like that. I can see you now.
Go. Excellent.
Okay, so next week you'll be going to Oregon.
Yeah.
And you'll have to tell us a story then when you come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have some good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm hoping to get might be able to get a little bit of fishing in.
Ooh,
I love
like fly fishing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but we'll see. They have it's right on the coast, and so a lot of those rivers have salmon running up them, but I think the timing is like a little bit wrong. Like,
oh yeah,
because they have salmon's like a pretty regulated industry, and so they have all kinds of rules about when the timing of when you can start on which sections of the river and which ones you can target and not, because they're trying to keep the populations from getting even worse than they already are. But
yeah.
Anyway, so I was trying to look at. I've never been salmon fishing, so I don't even know. I just mostly just trout here in the mountain streams and stuff. And so, anyway, I was trying to read up a little bit yesterday, and it was like the rivers by his place are like closed for another 2 weeks. And anyway, but he said he's got a friend that's really into fishing and might be able to point us in the direction to go catch some trout up there somewhere. So anyway, we'll see.
So I know this guy who's gone. He does fly fishing without a hook.
Okay.
Just to be out there.
What's his purpose?
just be out there, you know, fishing, and because he doesn't like the whole concept of like, it's not that he doesn't want to kill the fish, it's just like he's not into the goal oriented thing. He just wants to be out there, you know, fishing. And then his buddies, they catch fish, and he's like, well, I'll just go on fishing then. Well, you're like, you know, cutting up the fish and everything. Yeah.
Huh. Wait, do you mean he doesn't even do, because I almost always do catch and release.
Yeah. No, he doesn't.
But he doesn't even catch.
He says that it's so zen for him.
Yeah.
He's not expecting like to get a fish. It's not about getting the fish. It's just being out there and just throwing, and he says it's throwing. So it's very good practice for his mind. He says she's just throwing. He's not catching.
Interesting. Okay.
It's pretty different.
I can't quite make that. Yeah, I can't quite make that leap. I mean, it's close. Like I get a lot of that, because that is definitely the case. Like if the weather is nice and you're in a beautiful setting and you're on good water, like a pretty stream, and you know, casting in it, then I can still have a really great relaxing time, even if we don't catch any, or if I only catch one or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know about going through the motions of casting without, like, that feels like you should just go maybe stand in the stream and then close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Like just do pure meditation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because otherwise, like, because what makes it, part of what makes it so relaxing and very zen for me is because it has just that little bit of a goal. But it is so simple, and it's inconsequential, and but it gives me just enough to be like, it's one of the few things that I can do for a long period of time and not even think to check my phone. Or to think about work. And there's very few things that are like that for me. Even if I'm enjoying what I'm doing and I know there's nothing urgent, you still have that little bit of compulsion of like, oh, it's been like 2 hours. I've probably got some texts I should look at or something. And when I'm out there on the stream fishing, like that just doesn't even occur to me, because there's just enough of a like, okay, I'm trying to get that fly just into that little spot and I'm waiting to see if a fish will bite. You know, it's fantastic. It's wonderful.
I'm just comparing it to sailing, because that's when we were sailing, our ship was real slow. So and my father used to say that you're out sailing, you don't really want to get there. You know, you want to get there as slow as possible, because and that's why I said it too, because if you have a choice between not actually going to the river, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said it. That's why I said it. So just a thought. So
but maybe the analogy there is that your friend, if he went out sailing, he would just like pull up a sail that actually just is like, it's just full of holes. Because like he has no goal to actually move the ship, but he just likes the motion of like raising the mast and turning the
I haven't taken him on a ship, so I don't know how it is.
Oh, that's fun, man. That's interesting.
But we get a story anyway.
Yes. Whether fishing or not, I'll have some kind of story.
And then I'll in 2 weeks' time I'll do like the next 3 steps then of this.
Oh. Okay.
So because it's good to show it to you, and I'll do something else on next Wednesday. Okay, good.
All right, man.
And I need to do my thing.
Yeah, we need the outro.
This has been another No, that's the wrong one. That's the pirate show, the other pirate show. This has been another OlaCast live skill builder sessions for Gatsby devs and UX hackers on a treasure hunt for the fun-loving pirate life.
We need to get you a new one of those, man.
No, I have another one. This is Lillian's.
There we go. You have to ask Lillian if you can borrow hers.
Okay, bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.